ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಮಣಿಪಾಲ ಅರ್ಪಿಸುವಂತಹ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಚಯ ರೋಟರಿ ನಿಮಗಾಗಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಿತ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೂಪರ್ಸ್ಟಿಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಒಲವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ನೋಡೋದಂತಾದರೆ ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಯುವಕರು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ತೊಡಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೂ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಐ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಇಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದಂತೂ ಸತ್ಯ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಾದರೂ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕುರಿತು, ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕುರಿತು ಅಥವಾ ಐ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕುರಿತು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೇವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಓದಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೊಸ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕೇಳಿಯೂ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ನೋಡಿಯೂ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೆಲವು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋಣ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ 70 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ಬರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಸುಡುಗಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಂಥ ಬರ್ನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 1.4 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ಅವರ ಡೆತ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 1.4 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಜನರ ಡೆತ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಈ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಸುಡುಗಾಯಗಳಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಅಂಶ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಅವೈಲೇಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಡೆತ್ ಆಗುವುದಲ್ಲೇ 50% ಡೆತ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುವಂಥ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಂತಹ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ಗಳಿರ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ 3 ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೇವೆ. ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಬೆಳಗಾವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಣಿಪಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ KMC ಮಣಿಪಾಲ ಮತ್ತು ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಮಣಿಪಾಲ ಟೌನ್ ಇವರ ಜಂಟಿ ಆಶ್ರಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ 85 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ನ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಿನ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಓಪನ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಜನರ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಅದು ಈಗ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಿರುವಾಗ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾರಿದ್ರ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾರು, ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಇದು ಯಾರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಂಥ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೂಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಹಜ. ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹುಡುಕುವಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ವಿವರವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು HOD ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವರು. ಇವರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಗತ್ಯ ಬಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವು ಕೂಡ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಶೋ ಸರ್. So the first question that I want to ask to you, we commonly have heard about blood donation, we have heard about blood bank, but when it comes to skin donation and skin bank, these terms are relatively very new to all of us. So what exactly is skin bank, sir?
You are absolutely right. Nowadays almost everybody knows about blood donation and blood banking, but coming to the concept of skin donation, even though it is not a new concept, even the people among the educated community doesn't know that skin is an organ that can be donated and it can save life. The first skin bank was started in the US Army in 1949, and in India the first skin bank was started in 2000. Even after 20 years, this concept of skin banking or skin donation hasn't become popular. India being such a populous country, there should not be any shortage of skin or skin banks. But actually there is a huge disparity between the demand and the supply of skin. This is mainly because of the lack of awareness among the public. If they are aware of this situation, definitely more people will come forward to donate skin. Skin banking is a process where skin is harvested from eligible donors after their death. It is tested for its eligibility as a transplantable tissue and processed in the skin bank and stored in the skin bank for up to 3 years. During these 3 years, it can be used to any patients irrespective of caste, creed, sex or religion. No tissue matching or no blood grouping is necessary for skin donation.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಯಾರಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಡೆತ್ ಪೇ ಆದಂಥ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೀವಂತ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಂದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಸೆಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್?
You know, burn is one of the fourth most common injuries coming to any hospital casualty. And the burn injuries occurs mostly in people of low socioeconomic strata. Again, about 70 to 80% of burns occurs in women and children. This burns, when it becomes major, this patient needs replacement. The gold standard of treatment for burns world over is removal of the burned or necrotic tissue, necrotic skin, and replace it with skin. In patients with minor burns or when it is less than 30%, patient's own skin may be utilized to cover the burn wound. But when it becomes more than 30 to 40%, patient's own skin may not be enough or may not be available. In such situations, we have to depend on alternative measures like using bank skin or donated skin. There are other measures available in the market, but they are very, very expensive, which cannot be afforded by the ordinary men.
So you mentioned about the burns, the casualties that is caused to the burns. So how intense is this problem in India, sir?
See, according to WHO statistics, about 11 million burn cases are being reported every year world over. In India, the extent is huge. Almost 7 million people are being burned every year on an average. That means of the world statistics, more than 50 to 60% is occurring in India. And about, as you said, 1.2 lakh people die every year due to major burns, and about 2.4 lakh people are left crippled due to various severe scarring and joint deformities.
So who will get benefited by this donated skin, sir?
So as I said, most often the beneficiary of the skin bank are patients with the major burns, because the most of the body surface is burnt and they need replacement by the skin. But apart from burns, there are situations when patient loses major amount of their skin, like in major road traffic accidents, in certain type of skin infections where skin is becoming necrotic or skin sloughs off, and again in certain allergic situations where also skin is lost. Bank skin can also be used in case of wet sores and in diabetic foot in preparing the wound for final management.
So in what ways these donated skins will help those patients?
See, skin being the largest tissue in the body, it has got various functions other than giving form and shape to the body. One of the major function of skin is protecting the body from invasion by microorganisms and preventing infections. In burns, what happens is, because of the lack of immunity, in general burn patients will be having reduced immunity. Added to the reduced immunity, the dead skin forms a good culture media for the bacteria or the microorganisms. So these together helps in invasion of the body by bacteria and other organisms, and this can lead to infection in the wound, from the wound infection can spread to the blood. This can lead to death of the individual. More than that, the skin prevents the loss of fluid and electrolytes from our body. It regulates our body temperature. Skin is a sensory organ. It gives us touch sensation, temperature sensation, etc. Also, skin is an organ which synthesizes vitamin D. Another function of skin is protecting the body from the harmful effects of ultraviolet rays. So when a major amount of skin is lost, all these functions will be impaired. By replacing with the bank skin, first of all, the chance of infection is reduced, the amount of loss of proteins and fluids from the body is reduced, pain is reduced, the patient's hospital stay is reduced, the cost of treatment is reduced, finally the chance of mortality and the complications are reduced overall.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಲಾಭಗಳನ್ನು ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಬರ್ನನ್ನು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರು ಬಂದಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂತಹ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಂದ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪೇಯ್ನನ್ನು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನನ್ನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಡೆತ್ ರೇಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಕ್ವಶನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವ. ಸರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್? ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ? ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್?
Once we get a message from the nearest relative of the disease over the phone, we make a preliminary investigation over the phone itself regarding the cause of death of the person, any previous illness for the person, like that. Once we come to know that this body is suitable for skin harvesting, we will reach the site where the body is. It can be in the hospital, it can be in the mortuary, or it can be at home. So in other words, a hospital setup is not necessary for skin donation.
Okay.
It's almost like a eye donation. It can be done even at home. So once we get the message, we will reach the site where the body is kept. We will make a preliminary discussion with the closest relative of the deceased, and we will take consent for skin harvesting. After taking the consent, we will prepare the body with antiseptic lotion for cleaning the body, and then we will take the skin using a battery operated device called a dermatome. We will be taking only the superficial layers of the skin.
Okay.
The full thickness of skin is not removed. Also, we will be taking skin only from the lower limbs and back of the trunk. By taking the skin, there is no disfigurement is created.
Okay.
Also, there will not be any bleeding. Also, after taking the skin, we will be covering the harvested area with surgical dressings, so there will not be any disfigurement.
Yeah.
Once the skin is harvested, this skin will be transferred to a container containing glycerol and antibiotics, and then it will be shifted to the skin bank, where it is subject to various tests, and after processing, it can be used for patients. It will take minimum 47 days time.
Okay.
Once we do a skin harvest, it will take minimum 47 days time to be used for patients. That much processing is necessary.
So within how much hours should the skin be removed from the
Skin
patient?
has to be harvested within 6 hours of death.
Okay.
But if the body is kept in the mortuary, we can extend the period up to 12 hours.
Okay. So there is one more concern with almost all the relatives of that person, a dead person, is that whether the body will be disfigured. This is the concern that most of them have.
No, that's the one thing to be stressed. There is no disfigurement of the body. As I told you, it will be taking only the superficial layers of the skin. Skin has got multiple layers. So only the superficial layers of the body, skin will be taken, and that too from the lower limbs and back of the trunk. Upper limbs, front of the trunk, face, head, everything we are not taking.
Okay.
And again, whichever area we have harvested, we will be covering with surgical dressings. So there is no disfigurement.
Okay. Sir, who are the potential donors? Is there any exception?
Anybody above the age of 18 years can be a donor. There is no upper age limit.
Okay.
Only thing, they should not be having any communicable diseases or any infectious diseases, and they should not be having any cancer.
Okay. Sir, as I mentioned earlier in my introductory talk, that in India there are a lot of myths associated with the organ donations, eye donation, and also with other kind of donations as well. For instance, like the person who donates his eyes won't have vision in his next life. These kind of myths are available everywhere. So even in skin donation also there might come certain myths related to that. So what do you like to take? What is your take on this, sir?
Definitely, in different parts of the world, there are different misconceptions. Some people believe that after death, when we go to the God, God may not accept us if our organs are not there in the body.
Yes.
But the truth is that only our soul is going to the God. The material remains, the mortal remains are left on earth. And that we are either burying or burning it. By burying or burning it, the body is perished or it is burned to ashes, which is going to be of no use to anybody. On the other way, if we donate the tissues, donate the organs, it will help in surviving or saving the life of another person. Isn't it a great deed? It's a noble deed. So in that way, when your soul reaches the God, God will be more happy. You are coming here after saving another person's life. Definitely God will be favoring that. So that misconception should not be there, because we are letting our body to perish or to decay. So we can help to save another person's life by donating our organs, including skin and other organs.
Sir, how can the family of deceased contact you? So what should they do? How immediately this should be done?
We have a helpline number, and whenever there is a potential donor or the nearest relative of the deceased wish to donate the skin, they can contact this helpline number, and it is be on 24 hours a day.
Okay.
And anytime they can contact us, and the team will be responding immediately, and we will, as I told you initially, we will make an initial survey over the phone itself, and if we find it is suitable for harvesting, we will reach the site.
So you said about the family of the deceased person, how they can contact you related to the skin donation. Now the question is, like most of them have this question, like should they pay you something or will they get paid? So what is about this?
No, skin donation is a noble gesture. It's an act of goodwill. There is no expenditure incurred from the relatives, or no payment will be given to the relatives. It's a donation.
Yes.
You are donating the skin to save another person. So no money will be paid to the patient party, or no money will be taken from the patient party.
Okay. So right now there are three blood banks in Karnataka. So what is the availability of skin in these blood banks? Is it freely available?
No, actually, as I mentioned in between, there's a gross disparity between the demand and the availability. Considering the extent of burn injuries occurring, as I mentioned, almost 7 million people are sustaining burns. Most of them will require bank skin or the donated skin. And out of this, only very few people are getting the desired quantity of skin. This is mostly because there is shortage of skin in the skin banks. Even though I mentioned it can be stored for 3 years, 99.9% times we don't get chance to store it for 3 years.
Okay.
Maximum we get it for 2 to 3 months. By that time, whatever stock we have will be exhausted. So when some request comes, we have to tell them there is no stock.
Okay.
But where they will go? They have to go to far off skin banks. But in procuring skin from far off skin banks, again they have to work out the logistics. They have to arrange the money, they have to arrange the transportation, the courier services, and all these things will take about 3 to 4 days time.
Okay.
In the early management of burn patients, this early 3 to 4 days time is very, very crucial. So if we have a skin nearby, if we have adequate skin in the bank, we can use it as and when the patient is fit to be provided with the skin bank.
Okay.
So there's a very gross disparity between the demand and the supply. Severe shortage is there in almost all the skin banks. This is, as I said again in the beginning, this is not because the people are not willing to donate skin. The population of India.
Yes.
So if people are willing to donate, there will be surplus of skin in our skin banks. But the main reason is lack of awareness. So it's a big task in front of us. For regarding other organ donations and blood donations also, this issue was there in the beginning. But with the skin donation, it's a big issue. As regard to organ donation in the European countries, the rate of organ donation is 46 plus per million population. Whereas in India, it is 0.6 per million population. So you can just imagine. The population in the European countries is much less when compared to India. So if more of our people come forward, we can save more lives of patients who need the skin.
So a lot of our viewers are watching this show. So what do you want to say to all of them regarding the skin donation, this skin bank?
See, the former Prime Minister of England during the Second World War, he said, we make a living by what we get and we make a life by what we give. By donating skin, we can save a life, we can give a life to a person who may otherwise die. So my humble request to the viewers is to spread the message of skin donation and skin banking so that we can save thousands and thousands of burn victims and we can bring them back to normal life when we can reduce their extent of deformities.
My brother Alfred D'Souza, who was 85 years old, expired on 15 September 2021. In his will, he had donated his body to KMC after his death. After he expired, the doctors requested us to donate his skin and eyes, which could help many people. Till then, I did not know of skin donation after death. We agreed as it could have saved people. After the surgery, there were no visible wounds of skin removal as they were taken from his back and legs. Doctor had bandaged the wounds. I feel many others should also donate their skin after death as it can help others. I am happy that my brother will always live through others.
Hi, my name is Nikhil Shetty. My father Shashikant Shetty passed away last month in August. He had a stroke in the brain. We immediately admitted him, but within 2 days he passed away because of a cardiac arrest. So yes, it was very sudden. It all happened in the space of 2 days. So it came as a shock to my family, and obviously it was a very difficult situation for us. I remember I was in the hospital the day it happened, and obviously I was not in a great mental condition, if I can say. And a couple of medical representatives or doctors came to me and asked me if I want to donate his eyes. I immediately agreed because the first thing that came to my mind was, if my dad's eyes could help someone else see, it would be the best thing he would have ever done. So I'm sure even he would have been extremely happy to do it. Then another representative came to me and asked me if I want to donate his skin. Now, I had not really heard much about skin donation earlier, but then the doctor explained to me how his skin will help burn victims and probably multiple burn victims. Again, I didn't think too much. I immediately agreed. For me, just like my dad, if I could do something that helps someone, I would not think twice about it. So I'm sure even my dad would have been more than okay with that. I know some of you must be thinking, okay, if we donate the skin, how do we carry out the rituals after that? Well, just to let you know that the skin is only taken from the back and from the legs. So we were able to carry out all the rituals post his death without any issues. They cover up the parts where they take the skin from, they plaster it, so it's not an issue at all. So just to let you know, I mean, whoever's watching this video, I know a lot of us, and especially the elders in the family might have reservations about these things, but you have to understand that by donating an organ or maybe a skin, you are giving a new life to a person, and say someone from your family ever needs it, you are going to get it from a donor. So you have to think that way. And just to let you know, I mean, God forbid if someone from your family or immediate family passes away. I mean, it could be a natural death, it could be an unnatural sudden death. I know you might not be in a good mental situation, but if someone approaches you and asks you if you want to donate skin, please think about it, please consider it. I think there is nothing bigger than helping someone else with their lives, helping someone else live their lives normally, just like you would. So yeah, even if I've managed to convince a couple of you who's watching this video, I'll be very happy. And I would just like to say that yes, please consider donating skin. If you don't have any idea how much it would mean to a victim for whom it would be very helpful. Thank you.
The skin is the largest organ of the human body, which protects the underlying tissue from injury and infection and regulates body temperature. A burn injury is caused upon exposure to a source of heat or electricity, like fire, inflammable liquids like cooking oils, gases like steam, or contact with frying pans and other hot surfaces. When the skin is burnt, first the outermost layer is affected, and subsequently the deeper layers. The depth of the burn depends on the degree of heat and the period of time for which the skin is exposed to heat. Skin that is superficially burnt heals rapidly, but skin that is totally burnt cannot heal without skin grafting. Skin donation is needed to help victims of major burns, as it helps prevent infection, decreases pain, and provides mechanical protection, thereby helping faster healing and saving lives. To donate skin, the relatives of the deceased must first call up the 24 hours burns helpline number 022 2779 3333. A skin transplant team will arrive within 2 hours with a specialized burns ambulance, and the skin will be harvested from the body within 45 minutes. The donor area will be covered and the body properly clothed and returned to the relatives. You can save a life after yours has ended by becoming a skin donor. Gender, race, age, income, and other sociological factors are not considered at the time of skin donation. Anyone above the age of 18 not having any transmissible diseases like hepatitis, HIV, skin cancer, or skin diseases can donate skin. Organ and tissue recovery takes place after death has been legally declared and does not affect the quality of your medical care. Skin is surgically harvested from the thighs and the back of the donor's body. After the recovery process, there is no disfiguration of the body, no bleeding from the area of skin donation, and none of the inner organs are exposed. Donate skin. Choose now to save a life.
Thank you so much, sir. You have shared a lot of information with us regarding this. It's the responsibility of everyone, I guess, to educate people, to make them aware that there is something like skin donation and how that can be useful to the whole society. Thank you so much for sharing all this information.
Thank you.
Sir. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದರು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಅವರು ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದರು. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಇದರ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾರತದಂಥ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇಂಥ ಬರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಿನ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದ್ದು, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಬೋದು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸಫರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅವರು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ದಿನಗಳು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಲಾಭಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರಿದ್ರ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೃತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ದೇಹದಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇಹ ಡಿಸ್ಫಿಗರ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಇಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನವರ ಮಾತು. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಅತಿಥಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.